Good evening and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 3. Today we're going to be building a desert cactus themed enclosure, that being more of a cactus forest than anything. And they're probably some of my favourite kind of style sandy enclosures to make. I know it's about cactus forests, but I really do love them. But obviously our animals need some water, so we're going to make this sort of like oasis bit in the middle. And when I say oasis, because I'm going to be adding herbivores into it, it's a place to dump all the stupid greenery that they like to eat. Like, still something that really annoys me and I wish we still had would be like herbivore feeders, so then I didn't have to like have very weird looking vegetation. They can kind of just go to a spot that I place down a herbivore feeder and they can just eat from there. I don't say get rid of the vegetation they can eat from, because I know lots of people also like that, but I would love to just see the return of like a herbivore feeder. Anyways, what we're doing right now, we're placing down all the potential plants that I might use in this build. I feel like this is one of the best ways to do it, so then you can sort of guess, like, there's no guesswork, there's no going back and forth trying to find it. If you just search for what you want at the beginning, then you can just like have it right there ready just to click and duplicate. Makes things a lot faster. Now what we're going to be doing here is what I call it a foliage stamp. I don't know if I heard that from somebody else or somebody else calls it that, but I just call it like a foliage stamp. So what I'm doing here is making roughly what I want to see throughout the entire enclosure. But the best thing about this is just the main thing to stamp around the enclosure. It speeds the process up. So if you're like placing individual bits here and there, like I did was it the other week that I did the Louisiana style enclosure, it's a bit like that takes a while doing that. But if you make a foliage stamp like this is kind of all the plants that you want in your enclosure, and you're just placing them around everywhere. I distorted the ground to make it look like the sand moves, and also these are going to be like little anchor points to where we're going to be placing a load of the desert rocks. But going back to the foliage stamps, it's not official. You don't have to leave it like that. Once you place it there, you can start tweaking things, move them up and down. If some areas are floating and some aren't, you can kind of decorate it around, move it around till you get what you want, add more things to it, change things, delete things from it. And it's just like I said, it's just a quicker way to get the enclosure very quickly done, and then you can go around afterwards doing the finer details, as you can see what I'm doing right now in the background, because otherwise this would be a lot longer. This would take a lot longer, like it did with the Louisiana like enclosure, and that's why I did it that way, so I could compare the two styles of just placing bit by bit or just doing this foliage stamp and then quickly going around changing it. Now you see right now I'm just placing all the rocks down on the hilly areas. There's just kind of like a stamp to show where those pieces are going to go. So what I've added here is Stiggy Mullocks. I absolutely love this little chappy, and I think they look really nice in like desert enclosures. I don't know why, they're not very armadillo-like, but I just imagine them as like little armadillos. They're really cute. Got a bit of a head on them, you know, they're gonna headbutt you, and I just feel like with the colours that you can get on them, they just look great in desert enclosures. And this is the finished product with all the rock work that we placed in, all the plants and the compies as well. We added compies because they're cute. Who doesn't want those cute little chickens running around? Not only that, I also made a compy nest, which we'll see right at the end, which I've added to the workshop. So if you want a desert themed compy nest, which is kind of almost like a den at the same time, you can add that to your desert builds. But this is pretty much it. This is nice and easy. You don't have to do it exactly like this. If you go, like, something I always say to people building enclosures who ask for advice, get references. It really does help, especially if you're unsure how you want to place it. And all I typed in was Cactus Forest, and it gave me tons of different ideas just like that. And I always go back to it because there's loads of different types of cactus forests, and this is just my favourite looking at the type, and I just saw what was in the game and I tried replicating it as best as I could. But anyways, thank you for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.
Yeah. What's your story?